Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today? Can you hear that noise? Oh, you can't hear that noise. I can hear that noise. That is the sweet, sweet sound of ducks. And conveniently, while we've been sitting here, some have actually just landed in here, but I'm crouched down in the blind so they can't see me. So, yeah, mallard ducks, everybody. Should we just get into it, or
Conveniently.
conveniently? Huh? There's actually been no dev tools used in this one, so that's good. So, should we talk about the whistling for these, or?
All these spoilers. All these, we're not even a minute in, and there's all these spoilers.
And that's
like
the
this.
stream, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
See you next
You
week.
got anything other questions? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can take a look at them while they keep swimming around still and talk a little bit about the mallards, which is the new species, as you already know, which has been
Okay, I'm gonna. Hopefully they don't fly away.
hopefully they don't spook.
Look at these beautiful things.
There we have them. So here we can see a couple of them.
Oh.
Okay, now we have to go.
Oh, interesting.
Wow,
Oh, Mr.
nice.
Beak.
Beautiful. And the nice water splashing.
Probably too far.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
seriously. That's
So.
nice. And that's wraps it up for this week.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Look at that. Your first reserve
Look
trophy.
at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
Go ahead,
Question
harvest
is,
it.
what's happening with the ducks once you get them in the water?
Exactly. So as we can see here now already, we're doing everything like in 5 minutes and then we're done. After the ducks have been shot over water, you can see them floating towards the player. So in multiplayer, that will be the player furthest out in water. So they'll conveniently come towards you now,
Okay.
and then you can.
Awesome.
And it's worth pointing too, this is still in development, this build, as the little sign says up in the corner of the screen. So if there's anything janky happening, that'll be why. Nice. So let's talk about the DLC now. We've got straight into the action, so let's take it back a step. Yeah, I was hoping that we'd have a little bit of time to talk about everything before the ducks came here, but oh dear, tough life, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we've got ourselves a nice little waterfowl blind film, and there's 3 different variations that are included in the DLC. 3 beautiful different shotguns. Actually, a good way to show them to see them is, so you can see in the bottom left-hand corner the different variations. So you have the clandestine, the serviceman, and the artisan, and they're all the Norden 20 gauge semi-automatic shotguns.
Nice.
Exactly. So that's going to be high action mallard shooting with the semi-automatic right there. I think it's a nice addition to the game, especially for the shotguns. If you bring out that artisan variation, you can ravings of the gun as well. A big shout out to Dutchy for creating these beautiful weapons.
He does make some very, very nice guns.
Yeah, definitely.
So the other thing too, which hopefully, I'll show you soon, is the new duck caller. So the Beacon Deluxe Ducks caller, duck caller. You get decoys, so you get hen and drake decoys, which I can show you how to place those actually soon.
Now
yes,
someone
okay.
says that the animal sounds a lot louder than our voices.
Okay,
maybe
So we
you
can
turn
check
it
that
down.
out.
let's do this. Audio. Turn.
Is it better now?
Turn off. Old mate. There we go. Hopefully that's a whole lot better. So these blinds to get out, there's one corner you're welcome to, and just push E and poof, opens up. Before you get into the blinds, there's a nice big opening like that, and to get in, super easy. You just walk in, and then boom, it snaps closed behind you.
You're trapped.
It's a trap and stuck forever and a day. And yeah, once again, just E to open it up to get out.
They're telling us to turn up the volume of our voices.
Or volume of our voices. Okay, I can do that in here.
Slap that mic up. All right.
Is it better now, guys?
Do you
Is that
hear
better?
us?
We just turn that right up, hopefully.
We need to
Oh,
scream
yeah.
a little bit more.
I need to turn the and
Okay, a lot better.
there we
Awesome.
go. Okay, cool,
Great.
fantastic. We can turn up a little bit too.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so yeah, let's pick up some ducks, I suppose, and have a look at them. So the ducks leave clues as well, which gives people a good hint as to where they should set their equipment up. So you can find feathers and droppings, which is yeah. Yeah, so there we go. So there we go, mallow droppings. So they have the need zones, and I guess that we'll probably pick some of these
Yeah, I
up.
mean
This
we can look at the model a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Here it's already tricky to pick it up on all the decoys
Mm-hmm.
to see like who's the real duck. But yeah, if we just confirm one of the trophies.
So very nice. Of course, with this lovely new feature, we can see the model really well. Too bad we haven't got the consecutive harvest bonus up, obviously, but nice little number to start off with.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we can see the female version, so the hen. Of course, there's going to be the drake version as well. We have different variations, which we're not going to go into, so that's for you guys to find out how many there are out there. There's a couple of them. And of course, here also big thank you to Cecilia for creating these mallards.
Yeah, very nice.
It's beautiful.
And as you already said, we kind of really jumped into it straight away. How the mallard hunt will work is they are on Leighton Lake and they will swim and land on only. So the way to hunt them is basically you go out in Leighton and you look for clues for the ducks with feathers or droppings around the lakes or around the shores of the lakes, and once you find them you can basically start setting up your setup with decoys, waterfowl blind, these kind of things, and then return to that zone once you see that the ducks will be here. If you have discovered the need zones, it will tell you when they're there for resting, feeding, and so on. And this you can do with all the different lake pretty much. They definitely prefer Bentley's duck.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, low-flying ducks, definitely.
Exactly, and the big things for the ducks also, which is different to the geese, is they have their own flight and landing schedule, so they're independent from the hunter and more tied into the reserve itself.
Ah, nice.
Okay.
So they will fly and land specific to their own schedule. So it's less about the geese who've been doing their own thing, more based on where you are and how you move around. So for them, it's basically you can set up shop on the lakes wherever you want, and if you're really into duck hunting, basically place a couple of tents around those lakes and see where you will get lucky.
Yeah, I was actually just going to show too. So, I mean, everyone knows this. Your starting location, Leighton Lakes, and literally I'm just right here. And then I've set a few different tents up the valley here, and we can just see how we get on.
Nice.
A little bit of reference for you guys. So what have we got going on in the chat, AC?
Alrighty. See here.
See a question here. Would
Is
it be-
there a duck collar?
There is a duck caller
Ah.
indeed.
Maybe we can use that one.
Yeah, so
Only you can hear the quacking.
yeah, it's going very nicely. Yeah, very nicely.
Super soft.
Yeah.
Sweet. So that is a long range caller. So if you see the ducks flying above you or in the sky and you are close to a lake, you can definitely use that caller to lure them down to you. Then they will land in the water somewhat close to you, and you can. One thing that we also introduced, well, we didn't get the chance to introduce it because once you stood up from the waterfall, you spooked them.
Yes.
But what we have is because usually you shoot them once they are airborne. So if you see them flying on the water and you get closer in by crouching close, definitely use the reeds around the water for camouflage. Once you're close enough, what you can do is you can PC press X to whistle.
Just like that.
Nice. And that will spook the ducks. So then they will take off from the water and you can how they fly. And as we've seen early in the stream now, when you shoot them above water and they fall down, there's a nice little splash.
Just push.
And then they will float towards the player.
Awesome.
Very nice. I saw someone saying this is going to be paid or free DLC, and so like all animals we do, the animals are free. And like Phil said, is you can actually quite easily sneak up to them and use the reeds and get close to them. As long as you got a shotgun, you got a very good chance of bagging some. So yeah, Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So the animal itself, as always, for free. And what we introduce here in terms of new content, there's a new gun that we just showed, the 20 gauge Nordin, which is a semi-automatic shotgun, 3 rounds. Then we have the duck decoys. You will get 10 of the drake and 10 of the hen. Our usual recommendation is to put out 20 decoys if you maximize production levels. And the waterfowl blind comes in 3 variations as well. And the pricing is $3.99, very similar to the other DLCs that we have done, and that always usually is a and your currency. And this update will come first for PC very soon, and then for console afterwards. We worked for Varonga now to have a simultaneous release, which quite well. This is definitely something towards more releases. This one, since we're able to bring this out pretty soon after Varonga, is going to be PC first, and hopefully we'll get it out very, very soon.
There we go. Nice. All right. So let's pick up these ducks and head to a new location, and then
Yeah.
we can talk about how to put the decoys out. Maybe
Absolutely.
All right.
I
Absolutely.
bought a few spare ones with me, so
Yeah.
like I nailed pretty much all females. All good.
50 meters, not bad, not bad.
These ones was quite 84 meters.
84.
That must be the one. Oh, I hit it a couple of times. Why it dropped on this. Very nice. I think they're. And
Yeah,
another
only women.
Yeah, dropping them.
Drop them hands.
Dropping hands. Alrighty, so yeah, let's go and try another location.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
right up. We're right up in the far distances.
I saw a question whether the 22 is going to provide integrity. Yes, 22 will work, as well as the bows and crossbow if you have the right.
I actually saw a good screenshot from Phil there. Managed to. Well, there we
nice.
go.
There we see them flying. Yeah.
So let's demonstrate the sneaking.
Yeah.
that we're talking
Do
about.
it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
perfect timing.
Yeah. So this is like a really great example of a setup that you can do. Like have a tent close to a lake, not super close, and then you can slowly move to the water, as we've seen here. Like conveniently, the ducks were already there, looking for. Maybe they landed at the lake where we're just going. Oh, there's some more, and if crouching should be enough
Okay.
usually, because I think the vision is the strongest sense for the ducks,
Okay.
and even that one is not.
Roger.
So as long as you're not walking or running around or walking very close to them, you should be fine. Crouching close and get a shot.
Nice.
Don't forget the whistling, which is really nice. Yeah.
So what happens if you shoot them on the water and they're not airborne? You get integrity issues with it?
we will not demonstrate this as it is so unethical.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm
We
sure
will-
people. Wow.
Guys,
Oh.
Yes.
people are saying that they can't hear us. Reason.
Why can you not hear us?
Move closer to your mic. Is it?
It's not. This is not the mic at all, guys. So we got the general one.
Can you hear
Yeah.
us?
Should we move that one closer to us?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I've never had this issue before.
Okay.
Who's Graham?
Maybe we just need to scream.
Yeah. Okay.
We can. I mean, I can see it's almost redlining actually sometimes. So,
Okay. That's out.
oh, it's cutting out.
Oh. Okay.
Sounds fine. Phil might be too far.
I can move further in. No
Okay.
problem.
Who needs personal space?
Look at all these beauties.
Wow.
Cute.
That's actually a lot.
That's
So,
insane.
Yeah, I think probably there's several groups on this lake. So you probably just hit the absolute duck jackpot,
Yes.
which is nice. Which is probably a good time to show off a very special technique.
Yes,
We
I've
learned
heard
from-
about this.
We learned from a hunting master.
Some of you guys might know Pepe. He's been on stream here a few times. He's putting together a Call of the Wild coffee handbook for you guys to read at work with hints and tips. And this is page 10 from the book on how to maximize semi-automatic shotguns and get the most kablam for your bam, bam for your kablam. All right. So at this stage, would you actually be crawling still, Phil, or do you think it's
I think
best to-
crouching is enough, but since we have so many, we can play it safe. That's fine.
All right.
Um,
We get into the blind, or should we try and do it without blind this time?
as you want. I think both will work. It's just gonna be crucial that we see them. And that whistle is gonna be golden.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of ducks here. Nervous. You know, Graham still wouldn't hit any.
Be kind. Maybe
Alright, there's some taking off already, so maybe we want to see what's going on.
Holy
Oh
dooly.
my god. Okay, no.
Wait,
Okay.
are you ready?
I think you should get a little bit closer and whistle and show off the pepper shotgun build. Let's do it.
Okay,
Oh my god.
let's do it. Kablam.
Give me the new gun.
Do it.
Ah!
You have to recharge.
The panic.
There's like quite the. Wow, this is some good long range
Yeah, they're
shooting.
pretty far away. They tricked you nicely taking off in different directions.
Oh,
But yeah, I think it's the biggest group
ever.
I've seen. But yeah, essentially, so this is how it works. You can get out of your tent, go towards the lake. If you have a nice setup as Matt has here with around 20 decoys, that's going to be the max of attraction. Then most likely there will already be ducks there. And then you can go into the blind, whistle, which will definitely spook them, so they take off from the water, and then you
Awesome.
So even at the Great Ranges, I can see. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can call
More
some of these in.
duckies.
Oh wait, there's actually one coming in now. Got a couple in the sky. Landed. Let's
Seriously?
no mercy. You don't even give them time to land.
I can hear one in the water here somewhere. Oh, I think it's actually done the run out as it should.
There was.
Oh, there it is there. Holy
Nice.
dooly.
Brutal.
Easy.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Very nice. So, what sort of questions have we got there?
So we have a question. How do you collect the ducks if they're in mid-water levels?
Yeah. So as we saw now with shooting them in the water levels, what will happen is they'll float towards the shore, and they will float towards the nearest player. So here we can see them kind of bundled up already. And I think there was one other duck that you shot a little bit further up
Here
there.
it is. Here, look.
So there it floated.
I also got-
You can see them floating. Here they are on land. Very similar
It's
to
a
what
male, that one.
happens with
Even. Did you
geese.
confirm that?
Just running around,
Okay.
leaving the poor
Uh,
animals out there.
look, see? You can see one right out there too. I
Yeah.
just wanted to see how many actually and where they were.
So if you shoot them out in the water, they will float towards you, so you can pick them up.
All right, let's start at this far one.
How many players can fit in a blind? I think it's pretty spacey. I think we had at least 3 people in, I believe.
Awesome.
But there's definitely several that you can have in the blind, unless it gets a little bit cramped. And of course, the camouflage is reduction. Everybody in.
So there's
Nice.
the first male. So just missed out on the quick kill bonus. Got a couple of shots in him.
Good stuff.
But yeah, this will be good fun with friends in the game. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Like if you see like a group like this, definitely was lucky. You're on fire, man.
Wow.
But yeah, if you encounter something like this with a couple of friends, that's definitely a good time.
Very
Yes.
very nice.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
And the honking noise, I've noticed it's not as prevalent, I suppose, as the geese. So it's very nice.
So yeah, that's definitely something we listen to the feedback from the players. What we always try to do is like get in the opinions from you guys and act upon that. So what we've done is make some improvements and tweaking to the honking and the audio of the flying animals. And the goal was to keep the serenity of the reserve. So if you're not out and hunting ducks or geese in Sheldon,
Oh,
then you shouldn't be. Oh, nice. Here we see one of the variations. Here we have a piebald.
Nice.
myself a rare
Pretty
first stream in. That's good.
Sweet.
Nice.
So we wanted to keep the serenity. If you're just out there hunting bigger game, deer or whatever, you shouldn't be disturbed by any other animals. So with the next update, there will be improvements to the honking of the geese, as well as the ducks. Once they will be introduced, they should be tweaked that. Once it's out, check it out yourself, and definitely.
I have to say this is quite the proper terminology being used here.
But of course,
But why? Yes, very
Can't
nice.
even pronounce that.
Look, I can see another duck coming in now. Duck cam. So, of course, let's quickly go over the decoys, how they work. So, obviously, you want to equip them in your slots. It's much like the geese decoys, really, but you have the male and the female ones. So, select them, and you just look, and to move them in closer, you just look, aim the mouse down, and you can move them out. And you're just clicking, and it just keeps placing them into inventory. Like Phil was saying, you want 20 at a maximum, really. 21 in here, and the other one doesn't really give it any more traction.
exactly. And I mean, the 20 is not a necessity, but that will cap out. Of course, the collar will help as well. And as you can see here, you should place them in water. So on the shores, that will give you good chances. Ducks will be there. Yeah, and as we said already, the ducks have their own flight and landing schedules. So it's always a good idea once you have found a good spot on a lake where you see there's need zones for ducks to come at the specific time of day. Usually it's a good idea to come early in the morning, see what's going on, and then if you don't get a flock, wait a little bit, shouldn't take too long, and then be a happy duck hunt.
Very, very nice.
Nice.
I get back in my blind, all nice and safe.
So here we see some questions regarding achievements and some bug fixes. Yes, that's gonna come out as well. So what we're working on for the next patch is continue the work on achievements, since we've seen that it's not working for everybody, the fixes that we've introduced last time. So we'll keep working on that. We have a lot of mission fixes, which of course is needed as well, since there's some problem for people progressing. That is for, let me check my cheat sheet. The missions technical demonstration, the mission proof of poachers, traffic jam, our place at the potholes, muck cracker, and hut collection. Of course, more information will follow specifically once we roll out the update. And there's also going to be bug fixes regarding the points of interest in Medved Taiga. Some audio improvements. Ability to track warning calls when you can hear them, but you don't get the interface. The little waves. You can press E to get them.
Nice.
Very, very nice. And Bad Dog in Mix is saying, great work, guys. I think the ducks will be my favourite species on Leighton now.
Awesome.
Very nice feedback. Thank you very much. Will there be missions for ducks? I think Zeke's in
In the chat.
in the chat, so maybe the mission master himself can.
Yeah, he's already active, answering lots of questions.
Nice.
Thanks, Zeke.
Thank you.
Usually, what we do, we don't roll out specific missions when we release animals. However, the Hunt Club might deliver some fun activities.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be really good. What rifles can be used? So mainly you want to use a shotgun spurt, but I think Phil was saying all bows, crossbows, and the 22 will work as
Exactly. So for the shotguns, make sure that you load the right ammunition. We have the 20 gauge birdshot. That will work, of course, with the new semi-automatic shotgun. That will also work with the Strecker shotgun. And the 22 will work, and as you just said, as long as you load the right arrows and bolts, it will work with the crossbow and bows as well.
Yes, more than one player can be in the blind. Wings of Love? No, Wings of Deadove? I think, sorry.
Wings of the Dove.
I need to get some glasses.
Old man you are.
Yeah, I am actually.
But you're good at duck hunting, so you got that covered.
Brutal.
I can't actually see anything. It's all luck, I tell you.
Question here about steel shot. Yes, that will be coming as well.
Yes.
So 20 gauge steel shot as
Yeah.
well for guns.
I remember back in the days when it didn't matter how much lead you put in the water.
But yeah.
What is estimate release date? Very, very soon for PC first, and then hope very, very soon after that for console. Well, we're getting faster at getting it out on consoles. We've done simultaneously now for the Rongo release. We hope to do that very soon again. But now for the Ducks, PC first.
So I'm feeling like all the ducks know what's going on in this area, and maybe we should, go and check out another.
Yeah.
Considering we
Absolutely, let's do it.
hit about 20 there or something.
So modest.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm very impressed with the range on the shotgun.
Yeah.
It's got very good reach to it.
Yeah, we tweaked it a little bit. The main goal was that it feels good. Like you shouldn't have that feeling of you can see the ducks flying away and maybe you get 2 or 3. Lone duck traveling around. Yeah, we wanted to get that feeling right. So if you maybe shoot 1 or 2 and you see them taking off further, you should still be able to get a couple of shots in. And we think we're in a pretty good place, but of course we will always listen to your feedback. So once you get the new 20 gauge semi-automatic in your hands, let us know what you think. We'll keep ironing it out.
I think that duck's might well come back around on us.
Turning around,
Yeah.
like, hey, I hear some friends. There must be something going on here.
That's right. Oh,
I mean, you can just go into the blind and maybe wait a little. Of course, then he runs.
yeah.
What else?
That's
Gotta
what you
get in
want.
there.
Gotta
get in there. Come on. Automatic door.
So DLC comes with new shells, 20 gauge blinds, and decoys. That is
Yes.
correct. The 20 gauge semi-automatic in 3 variations. The decoys, you will get 10 of the drake, 10 of the hen, and a waterfall blind for $3.99. Please explain the new guns just turned in. Maybe you can show the different
definitely.
variations.
Yeah. So they are all 20 gauge semi-automatic shotguns. I'll show you them in game first. There's the
Clandestine.
clandestine, yeah. Or just a very nice, sleek model. Hang on a second, I'll go into in a second. And I think a favourite engraved one of mine. So the best way to see them at the moment is if I just hold over him. So here is the clandestine, which was the camo one I used to start with. Very nice, sleek black one. Serviceman and the artisan, yeah, which is engraving on it. Yeah, and of course, if you've just joined, there's also a duck caller here, the Beacon Deluxe Duck Caller. 2 types of decoys, so the hens and the drakes, which is the female, and these lovely waterfowl blinds.
Will there be varying species or just mallards? So we start with the mallards. We will begin there. There's definitely a couple of different variations. I saw a question regarding albinos. We've seen the piebald so
Yeah.
far,
Yeah.
and we leave up the other variations for you guys to find out. So whenever you find them, definitely post them. Let us know what you see, what you harvest. There's definitely a couple out there, and we never stop. So I never say never to more different species,
Yeah.
but it starts.
Yes.
Where's Bigfoot?
Hiding.
Definitely check out Medved Tiger. There's some rumors.
Itty. Not feeling this spot. Don't know what it is.
Maybe they're scared now.
I would be scared of
Yeah.
that now.
It's all over the newspapers. Duck massacre.
Yeah, we can try the other spot as well, of course.
Let's go. One more. Oh, I can hear some.
Let's start. And for people who just tuned in, so difference from ducks to geese
Yeah.
is they are in Leighton Lake and they will land on water exclusively. So the best way to hunt them is go around the shores in Leighton Lake and look for clues, so mostly feathers and droppings. And if you find them, then you can be sure that ducks should be around this lake. You should also be able to find the need zone, which will give you more information about the time of day they should be there. And then you can set up your decoys and waterfall blind and these kind of things. As we can see now, Matt just traveled to a new spot, and we can see a nice group of ducks here being ready to be sneaked upon.
Not for me.
Yeah.
So the news hasn't got this far south yet.
Did you reload all your guns?
Did.
Could be good.
It did.
Pro Hunter.
Like Pro Hunter.
So what we will see now, natural environment. Matt is stalking towards the ducks. Once he gets close enough and they don't notice him, what you can do now in the game, there's a new function of whistling. So you get them out of the water into the air, and then you just pick the ones that you want.
Pick the ones, just any of them.
Just any, yeah.
Just go for it.
No way.
I've only seen one diamond in the testing that we had.
Ooh.
Like I've been really hunting a lot of them, and then of course, who's the person who gets the diamond?
It's gotta be Pepe,
It's
right?
gotta be Pepe.
Yeah.
God damn it! I was really jealous.
Okay, we're nearly there.
You can wait.
Alright.
Oh my
Do
god!
it!
Oh my
Don't
god!
Holy, I can't even bring the
Just this is brutal.
next one. Oh, this
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So of course, what we see here, of course,
Is,
the beautiful technique, the Pepe shotgun switch technique. We have all the 3 shotguns in our inventory, but what we're playing is a in development build. So obviously this group size is
Spawn numbers
very,
are
very, very big. That's still in refinement. Also, this is a little bit of an older build.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that reminds me of like Hitchcock.
It does.
The birds.
Yeah.
But what you can see here, if you look at the ducks, like how they float towards you. So this is what will happen if you shoot them above water. They will slowly float towards the player, so then you can confirm your harvest. And also what we haven't shown yet so much is when you shoot them above water and they fall into water, there's a nice little...
Yes.
Yeah, so that kind of group, definitely pretty big. We'll keep working on that until it's released. No wonder we didn't find any other ones in the other spot.
I didn't get the invite.
See.
Very nice.
Not
Look at
a
this.
floating.
Alright, I'll be here in silver. Let's start
So
going
not
through this.
okay. So not okay.
Maybe
Silver.
you can switch to the other view so we can see if we can get a...
There we go.
Variation.
Good idea. Wait,
What?
What?
is somebody spawning ducks for us?
What's happening?
Alright, I'm just gonna make most of this.
There's a very generous dev somewhere pulling strings
Yeah.
on our test build.
So just to make it clear, the flocks won't be this big.
And Ranak won't be spawning ducks for me, I would imagine.
Yeah, they will definitely not be spawning in like this in front of you, and the groups will be much smaller as well. I think, if I remember correctly, there's a specific distribution. See, correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe we don't want to say that at all, but I think like an average size is around 6 to 12. I might get this totally wrong. Don't buy into it. But yeah, what we've just seen is definitely way too big. And here we have another piebald, so that's nice, a male one. Yeah.
Gold. So I'm gonna... Oh, another piebald. So
Yes.
I would say potentially they will get tuned down a little bit to the spawn rate of those.
Will the Hunt Club ever be brought to consoles? Yes. More information about that very soon. But it's gonna be ducks first. The dead fly again.
I think I just beat Pepe's record.
Of high score?
Yeah.
Nice. Will they leave hunting pressure? Yes. They will. So other animals will react to the hunting pressure. And I think as long as you keep confirming the harvests of the ducks that we see floating around here, you still should be able to get ducks in here. So if you have a really nice setup that you're in love with, another piebald here, you can keep that as long as you can confirm your harvests. So that should be. Seeing a lot of piebalds here as well, so we're probably. It's really weird, like either the same group just like respawned or something, but we'll definitely take a closer look into what.
Come back.
Seriously? Just like ducks come here.
Okay. Scene of the SpongeBob 3 hours later.
3 hours later.
Come back here, duck.
You know, in multiplayer, one can shoot and another person just harvests.
Yeah.
That's it. Gonna be all on.
It's blonde.
A blonde one. Yeah.
Look at that.
So pretty.
That is actually quite nice.
Yeah, really. Golden duck.
They come in brunettes too. But I think we found it. Just when I thought we'd cleaned it all up. So I guess one thing we haven't showed actually is trying to call them down into the blind. So let's wait here for a little while and see if we can get some airborne ones to come in.
Yeah, definitely.
Do it.
And yeah, maybe we can show that nifty waterfall blind again, how you enter and exit it.
Aha, it's a good idea. So, yeah, the corner, E, boom, and it pops open. And if you're not in it, it'll stay open. And as soon as you walk in it, it snaps behind you. Poof,
Ta-da.
closed. So for fast, well, you know, when the ducks are coming in, they're very nice actually.
Yeah. So very nice, and the blind itself done by Lenny. Very nice job on that one. 3 different variations. Really hits the tone for that.
Right. So the cash rewards are still rolling in.
New moneymaker, yeah. Definitely, like the score and the amount of ducks we're harvesting right now in this time period is definitely good for the stream. So you all see what's going on.
Yeah.
But don't expect that to happen.
Not that amount.
There's a late one coming in.
Oh, nice.
Ta-da!
This is going to be the delivered diamond.
Like, hi, I'm late. Okay.
So, Ka-ping! Will the reeds provide cover? Yes, they do, Black Hawk. And so you can sneak up to them pretty easily, and then pop out, give them a whistle, send them all up into the air, and yeah,
Do your thing.
and then melt the barrels on the guns.
Exactly.
Mhm.
There's scope also working for the shotguns. I have to call out Zeke on that one, what scope is exactly it is.
Okay.
But we could get that in the store afterwards as well. So if you're more into seeing them closer up, which is, I wouldn't say really needed, but of course, if you want scope on the shot, you can use one. Yeah.
The cash rewards is so ching 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 ching.
Make it rain.
Easy.
I can get that 470 nitro in no time now. No time. Come here, ducks.
The solution to everything.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. The 1 to 4 by 20 is the scope that works. Thank you very much, Ranuk.
Sweet, thank you. So if you
Nice.
want to go to your tent and pick it up, you don't have to.
No, let's do it. I don't think there's any ducks coming in. So, the 22 is ethical for the ducks lone disc as long as they're airborne.
Exactly. So how do you whistle? Just press X, and we'll
Like this. Right.
exactly.
Beautiful.
And we will tell you how it works on the
And-
controller very soon as well.
Right.
And now we can take a look at how it looks in the store.
There we go. So this will be the one that we're talking about. That bad boy.
Maybe you can also show guns.
Yeah,
once more.
let's do it again. Yeah, so this one here. Look at this nice big image one. I think this is actually my favourite because I'm a bit of a camo fan.
Mhm.
So not that one. What are we talking about? Change the order. Yeah. There's the other one there. There's the artisan. And wait, I'm just blind.
And,
It is there. There we go. Look at that. So I think this is my favourite.
Mm.
Yeah, and then that one. The service. Right now.
You can also go to the shotgun
Mm-hmm.
ammo.
Ammo.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there we see the 20 gauge birdshot and the steel birdshot.
Look at this.
Yes.
Ooh, fancy.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
So, there you go, guys.
The units you see here might not be final, so we'll update on that. And now we just picked up a scope for the shotguns, and you can also show the waterfowl and the decoys.
Oh,
So
yes.
we do that as well.
Yeah, let's do
While
this.
we're here,
So,
we have a new category for the waterfowls, I think.
Here we go. Waterfowl blinds.
Mhm.
So there we go. So the Incognito Deluxe Waterfowl Blind Conifer Edition, the Marsh Edition, and the Timber. So you can see it's just a variation of all the local fauna types that you see. So I saw someone ask too, will these provide cover for other animals?
Good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Might be. I mean, if you want to go for other animals, you can always use the ground blinds and the other hunting structures that are available.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm sure that Ronak and Zeke will provide the answer very soon.
And of course, here are the decoys. Same area as the geese decoys. Very nice indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I guess it's time to show the. Where'd it go?
There we go.
Now I can really hone in on those longer distance shots.
I don't think you need it though.
We'll see.
It's a plus.
Yes.
Oh.
For the moosey.
Yeah, I don't think we will hurt the moose with that ammo.
No, I wouldn't even try.
No.
Will there be a 12 gauge steel shot? Maybe in the future, but at the moment we're just sticking with the 20 gauge.
Just joined Twitch to follow us. Thank you so much for all the follows. I haven't been keeping up actually because there's so much going on. But all the people who just tuned in, or all the followers and all the people who play the game, obviously. Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot to us. Makes us very happy. Present new stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And I'm getting some requests to use the caller. So this is the duck caller, guys. A few different call variations and tones. And nice. And I do believe Greg's in here usually, but I think this is the same guy that we got the geese calling sound effects off. Actually,
Okay.
was his duck call. Recorded with a real life duck caller by a real expert. There you go.
Really nice trip.
Yeah, it was good. Very good. Well, I'm thinking we've got 15
we have
minutes left.
yeah,
We've
we
got
have-
some more. Let's go back into this
Yeah,
one.
let's do it.
Do it.
So this was the first spot we tried out in the very beginning. This is actually close to the first outpost
I can hear ducks.
that you find. So even if you just started a fresh game on Leighton Lake, or if you're new to the game, it should be pretty straightforward to find the ducks. So all you want to do is get close to a lake. Don't run around too close. Walking is okay. Once you spot them, it's recommended that you start crouching. And there we see a big group in the sky actually.
Yeah, really big.
Are they landing or are they
Good
I'm
question.
thinking maybe I should.
leaving?
Wow.
Take the opportunity.
Yeah, maybe use the caller.
Yeah, let's get down and.
Otherwise, you could spot them to see if they're alarmed or not. And as we said,
Oh, there's some more over there too.
as we said earlier, the groups we've seen so far on the stream, since this is a build that is in
there we go.
development, nice, they turn around. This is a build that is in development, so the group sizes we've seen so far are pretty big. And this one could be, I think, one of the bigger sizes that are possible. It might be that it's a bit too many in that group. So we had some issues regarding that. Be aware that this is still in development. But this is general, like how it will work. Once you've spotted a group like this who are flying over you, you can use the long range caller to call them in and maybe try to get them back so they will land the lake close to you. I think you still have some in the water.
Yeah, there are some there too.
Oh, wow. Yeah, these are definitely a lot of ducks.
Man, this rain I bet is really loud for these other viewers probably.
Did we turn off the?
I think we
Sound
turned
effects?
down the. Never too many. Okay.
Nah.
Mm.
Makes me feel cold, these sound effects.
Yeah. One other difference to the geese is they fly much faster. So one thing we already talked about is they have their own flight and landing schedule, so they're more tied into the reserve itself. Once you find need zones, is basically where you can set up and then follow the time of day of the need zone, and you should be fine there. Other things are they are faster than geese. Yeah, I think Matt is on the way now for another good session.
Let's see, we're going to be able to test out the new scope. So there's a group of them up there look like they might want to come down actually as well. So adding to the duck party. Oh, the rain sound effects on the blind too. Very nice.
Ooh, dramatic.
No, look at them all.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Oh my god, this is
Alright,
epic.
I'm
Did
just-
you reload all the, oh my god.
Ah!
I'm gonna do the whistle thing.
Okay, do
so.
the whistle.
Oh wait, there we go.
Off we go. Oh my god.
Do it, Matt.
Is
So we're having a good time here.
Definite. Oh.
Oh, this was like 2 with
I think it was
and maybe
3.
with your last shot you can look at the water when they fall down.
Oh yep.
Or maybe it might
I
be...
love this splash.
Yeah, we have some issues with that going on depending on range now.
Mm.
If we get one later in that you can shoot a little bit closer, then we can see the nice. One of the known issues we're still working on. Same goes for this group size right now. Like we saw a lot of ducks. I would believe the group size will be smaller. That's it.
To be honest, that scope was actually a lot easier to use
Yeah.
than I thought it would be. Because I like to have no sights when I'm shooting. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was really good because there's not a lot of zoom on it. So
yeah.
that'll be very handy.
But you still maintain like enough like where am I, what's going on,
Yeah,
and
that's
for a
it.
shotgun as well with the spread. Question here: do you need to lead in front of the ducks? Yes, of course. Depends on range. So get a feeling with the new 20-gauge semi-automatic how that works. But it's pretty efficient over range as well. But of course, once they get further away, especially flying up, you do have to lead for sure. That I think is in a pretty good spot right now. Feels good. But let us know once it's out how it feels for you guys.
Yes.
Oh, another piebald. There we go. So yeah, the spawn for those will be a little bit too high too. Well, looks it, but you know, you guys get a good look at it. Like gold. I wonder how many more ducks before I get a diamond, if ever.
If ever.
You're not Pepe.
No.
So we will be sitting here for some time.
Yes.
Maybe.
Ready. There we go. That was a bit faster to clean up. Hang on.
So there's a couple of questions regarding the usual suspects, trophy lodge, hunting dogs, true wrecks, these kind of things.
Yep.
As we usually say, like we're in for good for this game, so we will keep developing this for a long time. Right now, the next thing that we have is the ducks, as we're presenting now with new shotgun, semi-automatic 20 gauge, decoys, waterfall blind, new collar. We just released Waronga Savannah also some time ago, and we have an open eye for the things that you guys request. So these things are also high on our agenda. There's nothing we can confirm now, but let's just say we're building up a nice package. Things that you would want to have in a hunting game.
Yes.
Is a Halloween event happening on PC and console? We're looking into that. Not sure yet.
No.
Most likely we will focus on game improvements instead this time around. Halloween events and these kind of things are usually a lot of work. So this time around maybe we just say like, okay, let's just fix some things in the game instead of making. But don't take it from me. I think the discussion is still going on. So
Yeah.
yes. Is there a release date yet? No, nothing specific. Very soon, maybe sooner than you think. PC first, along with the DLC for $3.99, and then we'll get it out as fast as we can.
Yes.
Wing shooter. We will, maybe wood ducks for 500 or
Yeah, I think maybe we could sort that one out.
Maybe we can come to a deal privately.
Can I hear? What's the rate of fire on the guns? Let me show you.
Good question.
So I will shoot this as quickly as I can. Pretty quick. Very, very quick. So pretty much as soon as the gun sort of semi-steadies itself, it's throwing another round out rather.
What do you think about adding beaver hunting to the game?
Is it personal with the tents, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
I think for the tent revenge, we might think about it. But otherwise, I think there's a lot of other species that we're keener on getting in, I'd say. I don't want to get into that now because we're already presenting a new one as we speak. The ducks. But have more information on that later point.
PvP mode.
Oh.
Nailed it.
Oh my god. No, you didn't.
There's some
So.
we just had some ducks come in.
That was so bad. Oh god. Okay, nice. Some ducks are saving me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So
another one too.
what you can shoot out, shoot it. Maybe we can see the water splash. If we are still
Do it.
close enough.
Okay.
It took your sweet time.
Mm-hmm.
But that is something that we'll get in. Maybe we can
Oh.
show. Oh,
Okay, so it's a delayed
it
splash
was
at
really
the
late.
moment.
Okay, yeah. So as we said, this is still a build in development. The splash you just saw, that should happen, of course, when the duck impacts on the water at any range. So we're still working on that, same as the group size.
Yes.
Nice.
I bet you won't get it. Of course.
Come to me, ducky.
Question whether we have to use steel shot? No. You can choose between the regular 20 gauge bird shot or the 20 gauge steel shot. That's gonna be up to you.
It's up.
Silver.
I lost count how many books you have. History.
Yeah,
It's been good.
it's been really good.
Go, Matt.
Yeah, so hopefully we've been able to give you a good overview of
Yeah.
how duck hunting can work. So what we've shown today, if you can bring up the map once
Yeah.
more, is basically what you want to do is scout out the shores of the lakes to look for clues like feathers and droppings. And once you find them, you should be able to find need zones as well. So they will tell you the time of day when ducks are usually at that lake, because they will only land on water, so at lakes, and they prefer the valley. So a good,
So down here, through here.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And a good recommendation is take your waterfall blind, take some decoys, take the long range caller, and set up your setup, and then maybe put up a tent and travel to these areas once it's time. Get out the semi-automatic shotgun, which is a lot of fun for the ducks, but of course other weapons work as well, like the 22 tracker, the other shotguns, as long as you load the right ammunition, and the bows and crossbow as well. Once you shoot them over water, they will float towards you, so you can easily harvest them. And yeah, we'll be tweaking heavily away. We're also tweaking a little more the audio for both ducks and geese to make it a little more serene experience. So let us know what you think about that once it drops. It's coming out very soon. PC first, console afterwards. The DLC includes the 20 gauge semi-automatic, waterfall, blind, and decoys for $3.99, depending on your currency entered.
I can hear ducks again.
The
Oops.
duck whisperer.
This is gonna be a quote of the stream, yeah. The ducks again. Jesus.
Hey, I missed
No.
one. Oh no.
You
Way
pulled
too far away.
You pulled the gram.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Seriously, guys. Give him a break.
Sorry, we apologize.
I know, it's funny. Oh, that's another piebald. Look at that.
Nice.
Hey, you can stop now.
Now
It's
Troy,
escaping.
It's Graham's ghost like haunting you.
I picked it up. Wait! Another one is the duck food train. You know, you get the sushi train. Just stand here. Yeah, I have that one, thanks. Very nice.
Yeah. So here again, we saw like a very big group. We'll be tweaking that, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you get the gist of it. Like, have a nice setup. Go travel there if you're in the mood of hunting some ducks. And once you're here, you can stay for a little while as well, as long as you pick up all the shot ducks and harvest them. And then just see if there's some other groups coming in, landing, and you can call them down with your caller. So they will land at the closest lake. And yeah, if it doesn't work out after like 10-15 minutes, of course, feel free to move on if you have some other setups. It's a pretty big map with a lot of water.
Yeah, lots.
Yep.
Otherwise, I think you should be having a good time with those ducks.
Definitely.
So we've got a few more minutes for some more questions and things, and then that. Yeah.
Yeah, here's a really good question. Do other players hear my whistling? Yes. It will spook all animals in a specific radius, so only use that with caution. And that's of course definitely something that you have to like sync up with your mates in multiplayer. Like if you are in the same waterfall blind or if you are in the same area hunting ducks, definitely talk to each other like when to whistle so everybody's ready. And be aware that if you have a moose nearby or something else, they will be spooked as well.
Good to know.
Otherwise, duck senses, you can take it somewhat easy with them. Like once you get close to the water, you should be crouching. Running and walking is not recommended once you're close to the water anymore. Otherwise, them seeing you is going to be the major thing. That's their strongest sense, but even the vision, even for it being the strongest sense, it's super fantastic.
I like it how they bob with the waves.
Yeah.
It's really, really
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
work.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the code team making that work. That they behave correctly and nicely on the water. Patrick and DJ worked a lot on that, and it's not that easy to make that happen in multiplayer. Actually, harder than you might think. Hopefully, you guys will be happy with the result.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
What else are we going there? Is there a plan for a short range caller? Probably because of the decoys and things. Not really. The decoys sort of act like your short range caller at this stage. Maybe.
Yeah. Right now, we think it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, of course, it depends on what you guys say, but we feel like, as you just said, with the decoys and especially their schedules, so you can read what time of day they should be where. With the long range caller, it should be pretty good. But let's see how it goes.
And so once again, you can find. Well, a good thing to do is just scout the lakes out, find feathers, droppings for the ducks, and then set your setups there. Put your blinds up, put your decoys up, and then wait. A date for launch? No date yet, but it's soon, guys. Yeah, very nice. So as you see, we just got a few tweaks and things still to do, but they are in a good enough spot to show you guys, and hopefully get you salivating a little bit. Thought of knocking some sweet mallards out of the air. Speaking of salivating and mallards, venison and duck salami.
I haven't tried it.
So
actually.
so good.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, I actually, because we get it made in New Zealand, had some shot in it once, so that was pretty funny. The steel shots in it still. But if any of you guys duck hunt, you'll know that shot is not an uncommon thing to have on the dinner table.
Thanks for the shout out of love. Of course, we do this for you guys. It's really a lot of fun to be working with you and having so many passionate players out there who say like, oh, I really like the way this game works and how much content we're getting and the things that we're getting. I think having this open discussion and dialogues of what will be in the game and how we tweak things once they're out, it's a lot of fun for us. So we're happy that we're making some people out there happy.
That's it. There's just another good thing we'll touch on there too. It says devs, we need an option to disable geese and ducks. So you might have missed it, but Phil was talking about it earlier, and they've been listening to the feedback and they're trying to work out different ways to tweak the sound so it's not as intense and to nice word. Use it. Don't use it. I love this.
Serene.
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 To keep the serenity of the reserves because we hear you guys loud and clear.
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of the feedback.
We hear you clearer than the geese.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So people saying like they hunt on Hirschfelden and they're not really interested in the geese, but they keep hearing the honking. We made some improvements for that. We took the learnings to the ducks as well, so there will be some adjustments. Let us know how you feel about that. Of course, we don't want to ignore the people who are super into the geese either. So eventually we'll make everybody happy. Also that little moose over there. And yeah, so a lot of improvements audio-wise. We'll have some bug fixes once this goes out as well. Met with Tiger, points of interest should be fixed. We continue our work achievements. We have lots of fixes for missions. They've been mentioned early in the stream if you want to rewind once we're done here and get information about that. Otherwise, of course, you will find all these points once we release the patch notes with this update, which will come soon. We'll do some more tinkering. There's going to be a DLC included, $3.99, new weapon, new decoys, new waterfall blind, ducks. Here we go.
It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we went a sneaky 2 minutes over time, just for you guys, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This will be available in the VOD afterwards on Twitch, and it'll also go up on our YouTube, so you guys can show all your friends and things like that. A couple of quick notes. Our other game, Generation Zero, is getting its pre-stream tomorrow. First ever
Yes.
pre-stream.
Nice.
And so that'll be good, and you can find that on its own Twitch channel, which is Generation Zero the game, I do believe, on Twitch. But apart from that, be classic stream on Thursday. Yeah, so quite a lot happening this week actually.
Yeah.
Very,
Exciting.
very good.
Yeah, we're busy, so you guys can have a good time. And thanks a lot for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. And yeah, we'll have more information for the ducks coming out. And hope you enjoyed the stream.
Yeah, that's it. Catch you all. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.